Welcome to Wednesdays with White Eagle and Janet. These are channeled messages from the Ascended Master, known as White Eagle. White Eagle is an Ascended Master. I just want to bring that up at the beginning of the recording, who is a spirit guide, and he's not just mine. He's a spirit guide for many people, and you can always request help from him. You can always ask him for help if you don't know your guide's name, or, if you want to invite him in to help you in your life. It's always a good idea to get as much help as you can, obviously. So, okay. He loves to give signs, he loves to help heal, and he loves to guide people in their lives. That was his many lifetimes on earth. He taught people how to manage the physical world in a spiritual way in almost every lifetime. And so if you're struggling with your spirituality, with problems you're having in relationships or in your life that you need assistance with, just ask him for help and guidance. And you may not hear it consciously, you may get it in a dream, you may wake up just knowing the answer, but he will help you. Okay. So everybody get comfortable. We're going to sync up our frequency with a short meditation with the intention of receiving what serves our highest good and helps us on our path to our highest potential. So take a long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. And again, another long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. And another long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. So just breathe now gently in and out of your nose with your eyes closed. Okay. So we're going to invite your spirit guide to be present with you during this session and to help you receive what is here to receive, and for you to be grounded, awake, and alert through this session. Okay. All right. So as you breathe gently in and out of your nose, we're going to imagine that everyone who hears this recording is all sitting in a circle, whether you're hearing it live or you're part of the greater community who listens to it in the recording. We're all here gathered together in this beautiful circle of light, in this beautiful space. We're in sacred space, surrounded by the guardians of light who create protection for all of us who are here to receive the truth and speak the truth. And are here to help us on our paths to our highest good. So our guides and us and all the guardians of light, you can go ahead and just sit up, or so you can write, get comfortable. I'm just going to bring White Eagle in. When we're in this space between spaces, when we are in sacred space, when we are connected together in a harmony frequency of love, then we can do miracles. Right now, as we imagine ourselves in a place of light, surrounded by beings of light, We are in the in-between. We have shifted consciousness to focus on a place in between worlds and outside of time, outside of the difficulties of life. We are here to receive messages in their purest form. And over the week coming, we integrate the messages. And so when we sit in between spaces, we are in a sacred place of light to receive. And then when we are done receiving, we begin the process of integration. The process of integration is how our unconscious interprets the energy and the message from the moment and processes it through sort of like anything you intake, whether it is water or food or air. We bring it into the body. Our body does its work to utilize it, and then we benefit from it. This is the same for spiritual energy, for messages, and it creates an opening, an awakening, whether you are listening to this and actively absorbing it, or whether you are sleeping through it, or whether you are even rejecting it in the moment, mentally rejecting it, the messages aren't resonating with you. That is all good, because we are still ingesting, processing, and utilizing the energy that comes through when we channel. And when we channel, a lot of energy comes through. And as one of you pointed out earlier, the beautiful bright light, she said listening to the recording was just as well as being present in the group. And I agree with this, because we are conveying the energy through sacred space that is outside of time. So no matter when you get this message, you will receive the same energy as the people who are present. You will receive the gifts and grow from it, learn from it, expand consciousness from it, whether you are aware of it or not. This is why sleeping through these messages is not a problem. This is why you can listen to this message 10 years from now and still get all the benefit of the energy. The message is not as important as the energy we channel, for we are sending the purest form of light, of love, of life, the purest form of energy, the building blocks of humanity and all that is, directly into you. It can be at times exhausting to receive a lot of energy. And many people accomplish this through meditation and sometimes through walking or movement, sometimes through sound, and sometimes through massage, physical touch, or water. This type of energy can come to you in many forms. But when we channel, it is a more direct, it doesn't require a conduit. It is coming directly to you for you to process and grow from. So it's important to remember that channeling is the purest form of receiving light, love, life, energy from source. So when we sit in meditation and invite energy to come through us and invite spirit to give us messages and invite the very highest frequency that we can receive into our physical body, we must honor and respect it to integrate it. Some people like the thrill of the energy itself, but don't integrate it into their lives. They take it into their body, and their body utilizes it, but consciously they don't shift. So this can be difficult in a way because they're not making real what they have received. So when we get advice from spirit, you can utilize that advice or not. It is the law of free will. You do not need to utilize any information that you get from spirit. But you will need, if you keep asking for insight, wisdom, and information, and you reject it or don't integrate it, you may find that you get repetitive answers for even different questions. Because what spirit offers is what your next step is on your journey in life, the way they can help you through it, insight, wisdom, or advice. And if you reject that and keep asking, or the more common one is, oh, yes, I know. You may know, but you have not utilized the information. And spirit is not commonly known to repeat itself, but we have nothing better to do than repeat ourselves and assist you. When you get a message from spirit, whether it is a conscious or unconscious message, utilize what comes to you. If you are standing in the shower and the answer comes to you, spirit is answering a request, a prayer, or a need, or even giving direction. In those moments, recognize it and utilize it to the best that you can if you wish to get something different next time you ask a question. It is sort of like we are wanting you to be able to receive. When you ask and we answer, it is the practice of receiving. Receiving is very important. And if you cannot receive, what we give you falls flat and no longer is not utilized. And if something is not utilized, the energy is wasted. This is more about you ask and ask the same question. We answer the same answer. And if you keep getting the same answer over again, then you need to sit with that answer and see how you are not receiving it. See how you are rejecting it. See how you are poo-pooing it or setting it aside and asking for more. I don't know if this is clear, so I'm going to give you another example. Many years ago, decades and decades ago, it was common for the channel to go into a trance and to float out of their body, their soul leaving their body, and spirit to come into the body and speak through the body while the channel was in trance. This was very common practice, but there was very little integrated through that practice. And it became a futile practice. But consciousness shifted anyway. Consciousness shifted enough for us now to be awake as we channel. And since consciousness shifted for humans to be awake as they channel, and we can receive messages while we are showering, while we are driving, while we are reading a book or watching a show. When we are in that relaxed and receptive state of mind, we can receive a great deal without formally meditating. So it is, and since that is the case, to integrate what you have received is the next step to expand consciousness. If you keep asking for your next step on your purpose in life, and the answer is always the same, but you do not want to do that thing, then ask them for something different. But do not set it aside, ignore it, or block it. Instead, engage in the conversation. If you have been looking for the answer and you keep getting the same answer, then ask for a different answer in a way that respects the answer that you got initially. When many people begin to channel, their spirit guides will say wonderful things. Their spirit guides will say that they are loved. The spirit guides will say how proud they are of them, or how brave they are, and so on. They will do this in order for you to heal. In order for you to heal the traumas of your childhood. In order for you to heal the difficulties that you have had in receiving love in your life. So it is very important that when you're here from spirit, that you are loved, that you don't say, yeah, I know, and want something else. Instead, integrate that. Ask them to help you feel that love. Ask them to help you be present to that love. Ask them to help you receive that love. And the more that you receive and integrate and act upon the message, the more messages will come. On another note, as you can see, before I move on, as you can see, knowing or receiving messages from spirit is a dance, a cooperation. It is a relationship. But it is a relationship that is the most powerful relationship you will have in your life. It will change you. It will heal you. It will help you through the traumas. It will help you over the barriers. It will guide you through the jungles. It will help you navigate the stormy waters of a difficult time. So when you receive from Spirit, integrate it, listen, and ask for help if you are not quite understanding it. Now then, if you do not believe that you are worthy of love, it will be very difficult for you to hear the words, I love you, from Spirit. If you are not ready to receive love in your life, you may not be able to receive love from Spirit. But many who have difficulty receiving love in their life can start by receiving love from Spirit. It is an extraordinary practice to sit quietly and receive the energy of love, to receive the power of love. Because love is not an emotion. Love creates an emotion within us. But love is like the electricity of Spirit. It conveys all messages that you receive from your guides. It is the energy that runs through everything and communicates with you. There is a story from long ago that at one time all humanity was connected in love. If one person on one side of the world felt distress, all the people of the world would feel distress. If one person was ill, all the people of the world would feel the illness. They may not have the illness, but they will feel the illness, and so on. When one was joyful, all would feel the joy. When one was in love, all of the world would feel in love, and so forth. And this energy, when the world shifted into the way it is now, we severed that very deep tie to each other's emotions and experiences. So when we begin to receive love once again through that shattered experience, we are healing. And so we ask that you begin to receive love from Spirit, feel love infusing your body, and we will do a little meditation to bring that forward tonight. But I want to say also, before we do that we are all connected just as we were way on back in that time. But we do not feel it so much. We are all connected still with the power of unconditional love. There's a little thread of light that connects each one of us to each other in unconditional love. I prefer the term divine love, but that could be misunderstood. So we will use the term unconditional love. So we have this deep connection that has never been severed, no matter how we are in relationship to one another, whether it is a good relationship or a bad relationship, a difficult relationship or a harmonious relationship, we are always connected. But the other energies would be too overwhelming for us to take on from the whole world, as you can imagine. And so, in order for us to survive, we had to stop feeling the intensity of everything everyone was going through. And we had to start working on our healing. And some of us are called to help others heal, which is a wonderful thing. But what we are healing with, when we're healing energetically, when we're doing energy work, Reiki, and so on, we are utilizing that unconditional love amped up many times over. And when we are channeling, it is the same energy. So as you do this little meditation to receive love and know that it is safe to be connected once again to the power of love between us, then we heal. And this is why a few times ago I spoke on compassion, because we are beginning to open up that line of love between us. We do not need to feel into each other's hardships to help them heal. We need to feel into the love that we feel for them. And through compassion, we can share that love in a way that is not detrimental toward ourselves. I hope this is clear, as clear as can be. So let us get comfortable, and we are going to bring in love from spirit. First, I want you to, again, imagine that we are all in this sacred space of light, surrounded by the beautiful beings of light. You may see golden light or white light. You may see blue light. Just take a breath and imagine that we are all here gathered in this beautiful place between heaven and earth, the sacred realm outside of space and time. And here we are. There are so many of us, with our spirit guides, with the angelic realm, with all the beings who support and guide the earth. It is quite an enormous gathering. Breathe into that vision. If you cannot imagine it, know it is all there. It is all happening. Part of your consciousness is in the in-between, in that sacred space. And now you're going to turn your focal point onto your guide who is with you in the sacred space. Imagine your guide is standing in front of you. If you cannot visualize it, know it is happening and it is true. Breathe gently. Tune into the feeling and the energy of your guide if you can. And we are going to ask your guide to fill you with love, to send you the energy of love. And we're going to be silent for a moment as we receive. If you have trouble receiving, ask your guide to help you receive, to open your heart, open your energy to receive love from your guide and your guide only. And breathe gently. Pay attention to how your energy feels as you receive love. Pay attention to how it shifts your mind as you receive love. Pay attention to how it opens your heart as you receive love. Pay attention to how it shifts your body, how your body feels as you receive love. Breathe in the love and feel it settle in. Feel it become a part of you. Give your spirit guide thanks for giving you this experience of love. And take a breath. You can make any note you like now, but know that even if you did not feel it, even if you were wide awake and had no sensitivity to it at all, it has still opened the way. It is a step forward into a new level of consciousness and a new state of being, a state of being that is able to receive love in extraordinary ways. So we're going to take a moment though first, before I go, I'm going to give gratitude to the beings of light who protect us and create sacred space. I'm going to give gratitude to all the realms of beings who support us in this work and who are bringing us together every week. I also want to share great gratitude for each of you for being here and being the channel, the portal, and the connection to these messages that serve humanity so well. We are going to ask your guides for protection through the week, for blessings, and for miracles as you go about your week. And until we meet again, I will say namaste.